Good morning, YouTube, and welcome to Weigh In Wednesdays. I'm Erin, and I am currently 8 weeks pre-op for having the vertical sleeve gastrectomy, or VSG, with Dr. Alvarez in Piedras Negras, Mexico. Again, I can't pronounce it, so it's near Eagle Pass, Texas. His website is endobariatric.com. I weighed this morning and I am now weighing 283 pounds. I can only assume that that weight loss is due to last week being Aunt Flo's lovely visit time, or lady time as several people call it. I also can maybe mark that my kind of down and depressed feelings, chalk that up to Aunt Flo's visit as well. I mentioned that maybe I thought I was feeling a little depressed because of job type stuff. I'm looking for a job, I want a job, and I have great news. I got a job. I will be working as a paraeducator for sorry about the shakiness going on here, for one of the junior high and high schools close to my home. Not in my hometown, but very, very close. I'm really excited about that. I don't know if I have said before, but I am currently a stay-at-home mom, and I also go to school full-time online to get my teaching license. So that will be ending in August. I will now be a full-time employee and a full-time student and a mom and a sleeper and a YouTuber. And I'm always really super busy. I'm an overachiever for sure. So I like to pile it on myself. Let's see. So I'm super, super, super excited about my new job. I was a little bit worried that they would have a problem with my taking off to have my surgery, because my surgery is August 21st and I'll need to take off the 20th as well, and that is during the second week of school. So I wasn't sure how that was going to work out, but they said that was absolutely fine. I'm probably crazy because I am only going to take off those 2 days. This school only goes to school 4 days a week, so Monday through Thursday. So I'll be off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then having surgery on Thursday, and I'll be back to work on Monday morning. So wish me luck with that. I've been watching a lot of videos, and it looks like recovery is a little harder than what I'm anticipating, but I gotta do it. So I guess I'll just push through. One thing that I wanted to talk about this week is I did belong to several groups on Facebook, support groups, and I've noticed that they can get really nasty really fast. And I don't like that. That's not supportive. There's a way to express to someone that you disagree with what they're doing or the choices that they're making without being a jerk. And it seems like many people don't have that ability. So I now only belong to one group, which is wonderful. I won't name it because it's mine and you can't have it. But the girls in that group know who they are, and they know that they're great. However, I will say that in belonging to these several groups, and I've been, in the weight loss surgery community since about February, and I see the same questions being asked over and over and over and over. I'm at a stall. Is this normal? What do I do? Oh my gosh, it's not working. I failed. Blah, 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 blah. No, everybody has stalls, and I see that question multiple times a day. And so everybody stalls. It's gonna happen. You're gonna have slowdowns, and like not losing 1 week, I don't think that's a stall. I think that's a, adjustment period. I also see a lot of, you know, can I eat this? Can I drink this? Things that, come on, you're not supposed to drink soda. You know that you are not supposed to have, fried chicken or cinnamon rolls or, stuff like that. And if you're making the decision to eat those things, then okay. I mean, that's your choice for sure. And that works for several people. They can have just a little bit of something that they really want, and then they can walk away with it from it, and that's fine. But at the same time, like, I completely see why veteran sleepers get annoyed with these questions and kind of come off as snarky or irritated. A lot of times the answer that is given is, what's your doctor say? Which obviously your doctor's not going to say, yeah, eat a cinnamon roll. Or yeah, eat some cookies. I mean, it is what it is. You're supposed to be following the plan. So I get it, but again, there's a nice way to do it. There's a respectful way to disagree with someone, and I see a lot of that not happening. There's a lot of disrespect in these support groups. So I don't belong to any of them except for the one, which is wonderful. My other thing is that I wanted to talk about today is fears. So pre-op fears. I see people who are pre-op posting, that they're very, very nervous about the surgery, or, that they're nervous about the foods that they won't be able to eat again, or, not being able to drink soda, or, they're going to miss out somehow. And are they making a mistake? And part of me wants to say, okay, if that's the fears that you're having, if it's the fears of giving up certain foods, then either A, you haven't done your research. You don't have to give up everything forever. Just, be strict with yourself during the losing phase, and then, be sensible after that. That's what I think. That's what I've seen. It looks like the more successful people who have had this surgery seem to follow that kind of plan. So that's, again, either A, you haven't done your research, or B, you're not ready to commit to this. And that's just my opinion, and maybe I'm coming off as kind of judgy. I don't mean to be judging. For me, that's how I feel. Is if you can't commit and you're truly that concerned about giving up food, then maybe you're not prepared, and you need to look at that. Not to say I don't have fears. I have lots of fears about having this surgery. And I'm sorry I keep playing with my hair, but it looks really bad today. Yeah, I have lots of fears, and not a single one of them is scary enough to me to keep me from having the surgery. But I'll go through it for you anyway. So one of my early and silliest fears is that I will go to Mexico and I will have paid for the surgery, and they won't actually do the surgery. That they'll steal my kidney or something, which is ridiculous. I've now done enough research to know that that's silly. Plus, I personally know, my neighbor I've known since the 7th grade, and I'm 33 years old. I've actually probably known her longer than that. Had surgery with Dr. Alvarez. So I know that that's not even something I need to be worried about. But initially, I had that thought. Next, I'm really scared I'll do it wrong. what if I go through all this and pay this money and have this surgery and I fail? I mess it up. Like, I'm really scared of that. But I'm really stubborn and I'm a super planner, like obsessive, organized planner. Everything needs to be planned out and clear for me. And I often have a plan. And then I have a backup plan. And then I have a backup plan to my backup plan. And sometimes even another backup plan. So, I think I can do it. But I'm concerned about extra skin. I think everyone's concerned about extra skin. I, of course, have a plan for extra skin. And it does involve plastics. I am not one of those people who thinks that, magically my skin's going to bounce back. My skin is stretchy now. See, look. Stretchy skin. Stretchy skin. Stretchy. I have wobbles already. Wobbles. So, I'm probably going to have even more. I'm worried about hair loss. As you can see, my hair is fine. Hairdressers always tell me, you have a lot of hair, but it is fine. So, losing a bunch of it is scary to me because I'm afraid I'm going to look bald. Not scary enough not to have the surgery, but still scary. We are driving to Mexico from Kansas for the surgery. That drive is 12 hours long, and that doesn't include stops. And I should be released from the hospital on Saturday, which means that we will then turn to try to drive home 12 hours. And I would really like to drive it straight through and get home, so I can have a day to rest before I have to go back to work. I'm really worried about the drive home. I'm afraid it's going to be very uncomfortable, that I'm going to be in pain, that I'm going to be mean to my husband, and that he is going to get really mad at me. But, again, not enough not to do it. I'm worried about having money to buy clothes. As I shrink, I gonna need to dress myself. I have a job to go to. I can't just sit around my house in sweatpants like I could have if I had done this a year ago. So I'm worried about that. I have notes, by the way. I already said I'm worried about going back to work just as soon as I get back. I am worried about the liquid diet, that pre-op diet, that I'm afraid I'm going to be really mean and really irritable. So the intention is to pretty much lock myself in the house for that week. That doesn't keep me from being with my child, but I guess that was the plan. However, I start my liquid diet the same day that school starts. So, new job plus no food. That should be fun. But then I think, that actually works out really good because work will distract me from thinking about the fact that I can't eat. I hope. I'm worried about feeling deprived. I have seen enough people and read enough testimonies and watched enough YouTube to know that most people don't really feel that way. So it's a very small worry, and it's a fading worry at this point. I think it'll be fine. I was watching less of Sarah, so I binge watched her entire journey. And there were a lot of videos where she said, I apologize, I'm feeling under the weather. So now I'm a little bit worried about getting sick all the time or being, just under the weather a lot. Because she seemed to be. But maybe it was like a fluke or a coincidence. I am worried that I will be unhappy. I'm worried that I won't like the way I look. I'm worried I'll look old without the filler in my face. I'm worried about becoming obsessed with tracking and weighing and measuring and photos and the whole thing. I'm worried that that might happen. And my absolute biggest fear, and the only one I see as actually like super valid for me, is breast cancer runs in my family. But because I'm so overweight, I have very fibrous breasts. And I am terrified that once I lose weight and that density is gone, that I will find breast cancer, and that would really suck. Like, I want to enjoy my new life. And again, not a fear that's big enough to keep me from having the surgery, but one that I have thought a lot about. So, way to end it on a down note. Anyway, that's all for this week. I hope that everyone is having a great time. I am super excited for all the pre-op people I've been finding on YouTube and watching, and I can't wait to follow your journeys along with me. VSG Warrior Walter, he's the closest that I found to my own surgery date, so have dubbed him my unofficial sleeve brother, whether he likes it or not. And I just can't wait to see how everybody does. Have a good week. See you next week.